Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm doing a haul video. We went to a Churchyard sale last weekend. We actually went to two. One of them I don't think we bought anything, did we?
I don't even remember going to that one.
Yeah, I don't think we bought anything. Where we met up with Daryl and Dwayne. Oh yeah, we did. Where
We
is
bought
that?
just a few things.
I don't even know where that is.
We bought some clothes, didn't we?
Maybe. I don't remember. But we stopped at this Churchyard sale and they had their plush for like a quarter. A quarter.
Some things were a dime.
Yeah, some were a dime. We bought a bag of clothes. It was fill a bag for,
I thought somebody said $1, but
it ended up being
$8.
$8.
That's reasonable. We just didn't find anything worth filling a bag for.
No, but I threw in some stuff. But
Wait, did we buy some?
Yeah, there's a whole bag over there.
Oh,
that's
yes,
that bag.
We bought some stuff.
Yeah, just you picked up a couple of jeans, and then I found a sweater and a pair of wide leg pants and just stuff like that. But let me go ahead and show you some of the plush that I picked up. But at this same church sale, they had a Fisher-Price Dream dollhouse with some accessories, some figures, some furniture.
It had a lot of figures in it.
It had the swimming pool, which I've only seen that a couple of times. But when I walked over there, it was $200 firm. So it wasn't anything that I, could have, considered. That's just a little bit steep for reselling. But, if you're trying to collect something from your childhood, it might have been, definitely worth a pickup for you. But, all right, let me show you some of the plush that I picked up. I tend to pick up most of the glowworms. The really good one to be looking for is the tall green one, especially if it's got the light stick that works. There's others that are this. There's some that have like the thermal weave bodies. But I tend to pick up most of the vintage. This one is 97. Hopefully it works. I feel the light stick in there, but it's not currently working. A lot of times they could possibly be the battery corroded, but I don't think so. So we will see. I just threw this in there. Little teeny tiny applause, hush puppies plush. It feels like it's supposed to do something. Don't know. I'll have to see. I'm pretty sure I have another one of these. That's why I went ahead and grabbed it. So now I'll have a lot of two. Never have seen this before. Look how cute. It is Playtime Baby Dino, 1996. There is a kitten that's from the same time period, same brand, even shaped like this, where it's going to make noise and then like a pawing type movement here. And I can just tell this is going to do the same if it works. But, I'm hoping $15, $20 for this. If it works. Never have I ever seen this before. Look. It looks like from what's that? Fox and the Hound. But I don't know. Maybe it's from that Palace Pets or something too. I don't know. I've never seen one with the tail like this. So it was a quarter. Kohl's Cares. Of course, I'm going to pick it up. Most of them are bread and butter. It says it's Eric Carle. So if I have other Eric Carles from the same series, I may just go ahead and make a lot of it. It needs a bath.
Fox and the Hound, like you said.
It was. Okay, good. Also needs a bath. But this is Yo Gabba Gabba. I don't know their names well enough. Maybe Broby. Maybe Brody. Broby. It says 2010. Again, I'm hoping $15, $20 for it. Look how cute. It is Gone's by Heritage Collection. Saggy Sock Kittens. Very cute. Needs a bath. I can't, hopefully bread and butter. But like I said, I paid a quarter. Pretty sure this is, it's Kohl's Cares, but it's Toto from The Wizard of Oz. Probably going to be bread and butter. Look how cool. A large Lever Brothers Snuggle Bear. What is it, 1985. I'm thinking $20, $25 for it. It's purple. It's Hallmark. Or Gibson Greetings. One of them, but, you know, had to get it. Probably not going to be worth much. This was intriguing. Little Tarzan figure. It is Disney branded. Not seeing a date. I don't know. Oh, and he's like jointed. It's just, I can feel his joints moving. Posable. I'm hoping 15, 20 bucks for him. And then I've grabbed this. Let's see, quarter. It is Napco. Made in Korea. Doesn't do anything. I'll probably list it for like $12 or $15. I think this was a Robert book. Is this for you?
What? Why would I read a calculus book?
I don't know.
That's to sell.
Is it to sell?
Yes.
It's in rough condition, but how much did we pay for books?
I want to say it was a quarter or something.
Oh.
Cheap. 50 cents.
And how much did you think it was worth?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
All right. He can look it up.
50 cents probably.
All right. These are Fisher Price. These are what I always call the bigger little people. He's got some fading on his face. But it's the turtle. I may go on my wall. I haven't decided. Another Fisher Price toy. Probably for my wall also. And then I haven't decided. If it's not worth, 10 bucks or so, I may go ahead and put this on my wall. It is Fisher Price number 642. Don't know, but look, I paid 10 cents for it. It's one of the pool toys. Pool as in P-U-L-L. But I thought it would be cute on my wall. My non-existent wall.
What she doesn't realize, y'all, is I have a plan that I'm going to do that next Tuesday or Thursday when RJ is here. But every time she takes a dig at me in the video, I move it back a week. So now it's going to be like the second week in May.
All right. And then we went to an estate sale this is an hour drive for us, because in the picture was one thing I really, really wanted. And depending on the brand, the size, you can't really tell, but I was pretty confident it was like the one worth a lot of money. So that's the one we got there like 25 minutes early. And my friend Courtney had coaxed her husband into also going early. And they got there an hour and a half early. And she got the item that I was looking for. It was a Balto plush dog. One of the larger ones, still had its original paper tag. It was just tucked in the corner of one of the pictures, but she's a new reseller, relatively new.
The last couple of years.
And, I'm glad because, she goes through the pictures and really is building up her confidence on things that she's looking for. She checks the comps. She has lists. She's doing it the right way, where Rebel just kind of like looks through the pictures and picks one thing and decides whether she's going to go or not.
Flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, sometimes. So she ended up finding a lot of really great toys there, and other stuff, because she's like us. She sells a lot of stuff.
I do gotta say that Travis was asking me about a trash can.
Yes.
It was very large.
Very large, vintage, enamel type.
So we did a little research, and it was $139. It was really cool, and we were both like, nope, neither one of us is packing that thing. Because if it had been smaller and would have fit in one of our 12 by 12, length and width boxes, one of us would have probably grabbed it but
But
it was
was
gonna,
tall. It was gonna.
yeah, it would have taken 3 of those boxes taped together, which is fine. If I'm gonna make $130 on something,
It was
Travis and
bigger
I,
than that.
neither one of us would have, both of us would have done it, no problem. But it was going to require a larger box and like cutting and crafting and probably building some scaffolding and all sorts of stuff to get it done. So we were
I
like,
looked
no.
at it too. It was a cool garbage can, but yeah, in my brain also, no, I don't want to store it, and I definitely don't want to pack it or have Robert pack it.
You don't care about that.
But I ended up finding a few things that I went there for 2 things specifically other than Balto. The price was too high on one of them. It was the Fisher Price apple, the chiming apple. They wanted $10 for it. I just couldn't see, and they had 2 of them. Paying that much just for a toy on my wall.
It's not that. There, you would pay
I can
$10 for
find
other
it.
things.
Yeah, I could find it. I'll find it eventually. And that's part of the game anyway, is finding it at the cheapest amount possible. But I did find a few things.
Wait, come back to the
Back to your book.
Come back to the calculus. So when I looked this up before, I had to remind myself because I remember seeing, let's just say there were like 4 listed and like a dozen sold, right? Different editions of the same thing, different covers and stuff, but in the 20ish to 30ish dollar range. Right now, there's none listed and 1 sold for $19 in free shipping, I think it was.
Oh,
Why are the results all crazy?
Yeah.
Did that many of them fall off in the last week? Because it was a week ago we went.
yeah.
I can't imagine that many of them fell off. But if it's not good to list, you just put it upstairs and I'll start working my way through it because
No,
sometimes
it'll go in the donate bag.
No, we'll keep this one because I want to look at it.
All right. Took a chance because do you think Rebel had on her handy dandy Winnie the Pooh bag with all the batteries and stuff? Of course, Rebel did not have that on. But this is a Jimmy Frosty the Snowman spinning snowflake animated toy. I paid $10 for him. There's a $2 on there, but no, I paid $10 for him. If he works, probably $50, $60, $70, $80. But I also have the box. So fingers crossed that he works. I did see some people who had sold it not working for parts. I want to say 20, 30. So not totally a bust if it's not working, but I'm hoping it's in really nice, clean condition. So I'm hoping that, there's no problems with it. I'm pretty sure I paid $4 for this. It is Disney, but I saw in the back, it says Treasure Craft USA. I want to say I saw comps of probably $15, $20 for it. Just very cute. It's just a trivet. Robert grabbed this. Is this for me? No. The Flower Fairies sticker activity book. Very cool. It hasn't been used. Do you know how much you paid for this?
$2.
$2.
No, 1 or 2. There might have been 1 because I think it was either 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. I can't remember which.
Yeah.
So
I didn't take the
$1 or
time.
$2 and 15ish, I think.
All right. Very good. I paid up for some of this plush. These were $3 each. I plan probably on listing them together. They both are gunned. $19.98. 6. I'm hoping like $20, $25 for the 2 of them. They're in nice condition. They have their original paper tags. This was probably a mistake, but I love Jiminy Cricket. Don't find him very often. I paid $5 for him. But honestly, I think after the fact, I looked and probably $11 or $12. I may go ahead and list mine a little bit higher and hopefully, it'll sell during 4th quarter because it's in really clean, nice condition. Another Barney. It is, let's see, the Lion Group 1992 Golden Bear. I'm pretty sure I paid $5 for him also. Hopefully like $20, $25 for him. He's in really nice, clean condition. paid, yeah, $5 for the Care Bear Cousins lamb. Again, I'm hoping like $15, $20 for it. I think they charged me $1 for this. Look how cute. It's one of those, you know, you squeeze them and it clips on. Just, it needs a good cleaning. I may just chance it and run it through the washing machine. But again, I'm hoping $10, $15 for it. Of course, I had to get a couple of the Fisher Price. I don't know if I'm going to keep them for myself, or will I just go ahead and list them. I paid $3. This is a Fisher Price Bluebird music box. You know, so when you pull this, it would have strapped to a crib. It plays music. I didn't even check comps because y'all know I love the Fisher Price. You know, hopefully it'll sell for, you know, $12, $15, maybe more. But if not, it's going on my wall. And then this one too. I paid up. This was a $10 one. It was one of the ones I wanted. I've never seen the kangaroo. When you do this, it's going to make him jump. Just very, very cute. I want to say I saw comps of like $20, $25 and up for it. But again, I think it's going to go on my wall. This is one of those ones I don't see. I see the red apple every once in a while. I've never seen this, so it was worth me going ahead and picking it up for the $10. And then Robert picked this up at that same estate sale. Paid $5, right? But it's very cute. Peony. Has the paper tag on it. Has a size of 36. Very elaborate.
I didn't think about that color because that's the color that's difficult.
That's one of the colors we struggle with our phones. And then we stopped at a yard sale today. I'm going to go ahead and just everything we purchased there because the plush were $1. Look how cute. Pig plush, very clean. I picked it up because it was Walgreens. I'm hoping, you know, $12, $15 for it. I absolutely loved this. It is Aurora, but look, it's magnet. Peekaboo. So the hands play peekaboo with the eyes. Oops, I did it the wrong way. Just thought it was adorable. Again, I'm hoping $12, $15. Bucky's. Let's see if it's got a year on it. It says it's Jag. Kind of one of the larger plush. You know, I'm hoping $10, $15 for it. And there was a little bag of just small plush. So I grabbed, they're both the same. It says Dr. Seuss Enterprises. I'm not seeing a date. But look, the Grinch and Horton. You know, I'm hoping, you know, $9.95, you know, bread and butter. And then this is corduroy. Probably came in like a little book set. Very cute. Again, I'm hoping bread and butter. Better, but we'll shoot for bread and butter. Look, a Hello Kitty. Trying to see if I see any dates. Sanrio, Germany. I wonder, are they all marked Germany? No. Seems older. Nope, 2012. So a little bit older. Very cute. You know, $12, $15 for it. Not quite sure about Zoobles. This is Zoobles. What a cute knit doll. Plush. Probably going to be bread and butter. I tend to, these like blah blah and all of them, they don't do as well as I usually expect. So, but for 50 cents or a quarter, why not? And I found this. Come to find out, it's, I guess, Fall Guy, a video game.
Yes.
It's a little figure. It says Cable Guys. Trying to see, 2023. You know, I'm hoping $12, $15 for it if it doesn't get claimed by RJ. I'm not sure if he's into Fall Guy, is he? Yeah.
I don't know if they're still playing it, but he and his buddies used to play
I
that
remember
a lot.
that one, so he may want to add it to his collection.
Is this the one where they like they look like they're like drunk 4 times over and trying to knock each other off of
I
stuff.
think so. I think because I've stood in there before watching him play it.
Because it just looks like you're sort of out of control. I might do well at it because I don't have any real skill at other video games. So one where you just sort of flop around, I might actually be successful with.
And then this purse. I'm not a purse person. I don't normally look at purse. But when I looked at this, it just had quality. It's heavy because it has the matching wallet. In really, really nice condition. I looked at the seams to make sure they all just, there was no wear. You know, sometimes you look at purses and they've got the little wear to it. The brand, which again, I'm not a purse person, so I didn't know this. It is Rioni, and it says on the front, made in Italy, Moda Italia. And I saw just comps on others like this and this brand for 40, 50, 60 bucks. And I have the wallet. And she charged me $5. $5 for this. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, $60, $70, $80 with the wallet. But not a brand I had ever heard of before today. So, you know, I'm always still looking at stuff, checking the comps, and making sure Robert says, check the comps on stuff that I laugh at. Right, so I think, you know, all in all, a really good weekend of sourcing. It is Saturday.
I'd like to go back to, let's say, 10 o'clock yesterday morning. You tell me what you were saying about the sourcing.
And I did. I think I even made a comment in the video. We'd have been better off going home and getting some work done, because we are leaving Thursday to go to Nashville to the reseller meetup, and we've got lots of videos to get done and listings to get prepped for, because y'all know me, I'm still going to be doing my 15 a day while we're on vacation. And so, you know, I need to have all that work done ahead of time. But it ended up being okay. We found a couple of good stops. Not buying a whole lot, but buying some nice stuff. So
it turned out all right.
Turned out all right. All right. Time to get to work. Bye.